Hello everyone, I am Shrikar. Welcome to Know Your Angel. Today's guest is not just an inspiring individual, but also someone very close to me, my cousin sister Monica, a leading professional in world of investment banking. Let's dive into her story and get a behind the scene look at her fascinating career. Monica Akka, it's such a pleasure to have you here today. And of course, it's even more special for me because we are family. Let's start by telling everyone what inspired you to get into investment banking.
Thanks for having me, Shrika. It's great to be here today. Honestly, my interest in investment banking started during my college days. I was drawn to the dynamic nature of the finance world and the idea of working on high impact projects. I wanted a career where I could constantly learn and contribute to shaping businesses, and investment banking felt like the perfect fit for me.
Knowing you, I can imagine you have always had a knack for problem solving. So, tell us a bit about your role and what do you do on a day to day basis.
Absolutely. My role involves advising clients on mergers and acquisitions, raising capital, and restructuring the strategies.
Oh, whoa, whoa, that sounds intense. I'm sure the journey hasn't been without its hurdles. Can you share a few challenges you've faced and how you tackle them?
Of course, one of the biggest challenges is managing time effectively, given the demanding nature of the job. I have learned to prioritize the tasks and focus on what matters the most. Another challenge has been dealing with unpredictable market shifts, but I stay updated and agile to adapt quickly.
You know, as your cousin, I've always admired your dedication. But tell us, what do you think growing up in our family taught you that's helped in your career?
That's a great question, brother. I think our family has always valued hard work and perseverance, and that shaped my approach to challenges. Also, the importance of staying grounded and maintaining strong relationships. These values have been a huge part of my professional journey.
Okay, let's get a little nostalgic. Is there a memory from our childhood that you think reflects the kind of your person you have become today?
I remember I our endless Monopoly games. I was always trying to strategize and outsmart everyone to win. Looking back, those games probably sparked my interest in finance and strategy.
Okay, now let's get into some deeper aspects of your work. Investment banking, some investment banking can sometimes have a reputation for being a high risk, high reward industry. How do you navigate how do you navigate that balance between risk and reward in your career?
Yeah, that's a great question. In investment banking, risk is a given, but it's all about managing it. The key is thorough research and due diligence. We analyze every potential outcome and make data driven decisions. That's how you minimize risk while maximizing the reward. There is always a level of uncertainty, but the idea is to make informed decisions.
What do you think is the most critical factor that drives success in such a competitive industry? Is it skills, network, or something else?
I would say it's a combination of all of those things. Your skills and knowledge are crucial, but having a strong network is equally important. Relationships with clients, colleagues, and industry experts open doors and create opportunities. And in the end, it's all about the resilience. The ability to bounce back from setbacks is what really sets the successful apart.
Speaking of setbacks, what's one time in your career when you thought, I can't do this? How did you overcome that feeling?
That's happened a few times, especially early in my career. One specific instance was when I was leading a particularly complex deal and things weren't going as planned. It felt overwhelming, but I reminded myself of my long term goals and how much I would learn along the way. I turned to mentors for guidance and trusted my instincts. Sometimes you just need to keep going, even when things don't look ideal.
One thing I've always admired about you is your ability to build and maintain strong relationships with clients. How do you approach client relationships in such a high pressure field?
Yeah, Shrika, building trust is the cornerstone of any client relationship. Of course, I focus on transparency and clear communication, ensuring clients are always informed and feel involved in the decision making process. It's not just about the numbers, it's about building confidence. And when things get tough, it's about being there for them and showing that you have got their back.
Can you share a story about a particularly tough decision you had to make regarding a client and how you handled it?
Yeah, of course. One tough decision was advising a client to pass on a potential acquisition that seemed promising on the surface but had significant long term risks as well. It wasn't an easy conversation, but in the end, it was the right call. The client appreciated the honesty and it strengthened our relationship. Tough decisions are a part of job, but they are necessary for our long-term success.
Moving back to your career, how do you approach managing clients' finances and ensure the best outcomes for them?
Shrika, it's all starts with understanding the client's goals and challenges. From there, I focus on creating customized strategies backed by data and research. Communication is crucial. I keep clients informed at every step to build trust and deliver results.
Investment banking is incredibly competitive. How do you handle competition and keep yourself motivated?
Yeah, Shrika, I focus on staying ahead by constantly learning and improving. Competition is a motivation. It pushes me to do my best. And of course, having a supportive team helps immensely.
As someone who's seen your journey up close, I know how much you have grown over the years. What one valuable lesson you have learned in your career?
Yeah, the importance of adaptability. The financial world changes rapidly, and being flexible is the key. Another lesson is the power of teamwork. No matter how skilled you are, collaboration is what drives the success.
Looking at how busy you are, I always wonder how do you balance your demanding career with your personal life?
Man, it's not easy, but I have learned to set boundaries. To make time for family and friends, I have realized the importance of taking breaks to recharge. Staying organized also helped me balance both aspects effectively.
For those listening, especially younger professionals in our family, what advice would you give to someone aspiring to get into investment banking?
Shrika, my advice would be to build a strong foundation in finance and analytical skills. Internships and networking are crucial to gaining real world insights. And be ready to work hard. It's a tough field, but the rewards are always worth it.
Well, if you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice before starting your career, what would it be?
I tell myself to not to be afraid of taking risks and to focus more on networking early on. Relationships open doors to opportunities you can't even imagine.
Well, one last fun question. What is the most unexpected thing about being in investment banking that people don't know?
Yeah. That's it's not easy all about numbers. A big part of job is building relationships, whether it's with clients or your team. People skills are just as important as financial acumen.
Second off, Monica Akka, I'm so glad you could join me for this podcast. I've been working on a project that I truly believe can transform the investment landscape, and I'm looking to you for some support, whether that's funding or guidance.
So Shrika, can you quickly share what this all about?
The idea is to create an AI and machine learning driven investment advisory platform that helps individual investors make smarter data driven financial decisions.
Tell me in brief.
This platform will personalize recommendations based on market data, user financial goals, risk tolerance, and real time market conditions. It's essentially like having a personalized financial advisor at your fingertips, one that learns and adapts to each user's needs over time.
Okay. So, what exactly is the problem that you wish to address?
Okay, let's talk about who we are doing this for. Primary target market is individual investors, especially those who are new to investing or don't have time or expertise to dive deep into market analysis. These are the people who want to invest wisely but are often overwhelmed by complexity of the market. Our platform will take that complexity out of the equation and provide them with tailored actionable insights to help them make smarter investment decisions.
So, Shrika, what is the key problem you face?
The key problem we are solving is a pretty big one. Right now, many individual investors are making decisions based on a generic advice or emotional impulses, which leads to missed opportunities and increased risk. The solutions out there are either too complicated, too expensive, or too impersonal. What we are creating is a data driven personalized platform that provides real time actionable recommendations based on AI and machine learning algorithms. Our platform will give users the confidence they need to make smarter, more informed investment choices, just like institutional investors, but a fraction of the cost.
So, brother, what do you need me for now?
So, here's where you come in. I have been working on this idea for a while now, and I believe it's ready to take the next step. But to really make it happen, we need funding, expertise, and the right network. And that's why I'm reaching out to you, Akka. You have a great, unique combination of expertise in investment banking and deep understanding of financial industry. Plus, you know the value of tech innovation in finance.
Well, I'm always supportive of your ideas, brother, and I see a lot of potential in this. AI in finance is certainly a hot topic nowadays, and personalized investment advice powered by machine learning could truly disrupt the market. I would love to hear more about how you plan to execute this and the kind of support you're looking for.
Exactly. We are not just looking for any kind of funding. We need partners who believe in this project and can bring strategic insights as well. Ideally, the investor we want on board are who see long-term vision of AI in finance and understand that this is not just a one-time solution but something that can evolve and scale over time. So, Akka, what are your thoughts so far? Is this something you could see yourself supporting?
Yeah. I am definitely intrigued. I can see how this could revolutionize the way individual investors make decisions. AI is the future, and if you can execute this the right way, it could become a game changer in the financial industry. Let's dive deeper into the details, and I'm excited see how we can take this forward.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. It's a huge step forward, and I'm excited to have someone with your expertise and insight on board. Looking ahead, the world of investment banking is constantly evolving. How do you see the industry changing in the next 10 to 15 years, especially with new technologies and trends like ESG
Oh, ho,
investing?
ho! You are up to date with the trends like ESG. Well, do you know what exactly the ESG is?
Isn't it about environmental, social, and governance investing, Akka?
Yes, it is, Srika. Technology will play an even more central role. Automation and AI will streamline many of the routine tasks, giving professionals more time to focus on strategy and client relationships. ESG investing will also become more prevalent with clients increasingly demanding that their investments align with sustainability and ethical practices. The industry will continue to innovate and adapt, and those who can stay ahead of these changes will thrive.
You have talked about AI and automation. How do you think these technologies will impact the human side of investment banking? Do you think it will ever replace the need for personal relationships and intuition?
No, no, no. AI and automation can certainly handle repetitive tasks and data analysis more efficiently, but they can't replace the human touch, man. The intuitive side of decision making, especially in complex situations, is something that technology can't replicate. It's the relationships, trust, and strategic insights that people bring to the table that will continue to drive success in investment banking.
Well, balancing work and personal life is something many of us struggle with, especially in demanding careers like yours. How do you manage to find that balance?
Yeah, Shrika, it's been a learning process. Honestly speaking, early on I was focused purely on work, but over time I realized the importance of downtime as well. I make it a priority to spend time with my family and friends, and I can take short breaks to recharge. I have also learned to set clear boundaries so that I don't burn out.
hmm Any advice for someone who's just started out in investment banking or any high stress career and is struggling with that balance?
Yeah, Shika, my advice would be to start early in recognizing the importance of work life balance.
Hmm.
The Yashika, take care of your mental and physical health. Everything else follows. Don't wait until you are overwhelmed to make adjustments. And don't be afraid to ask for help. What do you need it? When do you need it? It's a marathon, not a sprint.
As we wrap up, I have to ask, what's the most rewarding part of your job? What keeps you going every day?
Shrika, for me, the most rewarding part is seeing the tangible impact of my work on a company's growth or success. Whether it's raising capital, completing a merger, or helping a company navigate tough times, the results are always real. It's what drives me to keep pushing forward every day.
Thank you so much, Monica Akka, for sharing your story with us today. It's been such a pleasure getting a deeper look into your career. I'm so proud of everything you have achieved, and I know our listeners will be inspired by your journey. Let's definitely do this again sometime.
Yeah, Shrika, having a great time with you today. Thank you. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. I would love to come back anytime.
And that's all for today for the episode of Know Your Angel. I hope you enjoyed hearing about Monica Akka's incredible journey in investment banking. Stay tuned for inspiring stories from remarkable individuals.
Until next
And
time, take care. Bye bye.